welcome back to R32. This your boy Jamal. It's a small show today,
I
but
am the show.
but it don't matter. Don't matter, cause the realness is. I gotta cut that,
Hey, bro, you just blew the shit out of me, bro.
man. Oh my goodness, bro.
Oh,
All right,
Bro, you just blew the shit out of me, bro. I can't believe you still trying to put that shit in. I am the show. I'm always talking. I am the show. What the fuck?
all right. Well, you heard Nick, the fool, Nick the fool. That was Nick, man. He's back on the show, and then we got the long lost brother. Ryan, who's been MIA for a few weeks, man, but he finally back. You know, I thought he was still lost at sea, but you know, it's good to see that my brother is finally home, man. How you feeling, Ryan?
It's good to be back on R32. I feel like I ain't done a show in months, but listen, I'm ready to come on the show and drop these knowledge.
it's because you haven't done the show.
So you the new knowledge dropping out of Montel ain't here to claim his seat.
Yeah, he MIA today, so I'm going and take that spot for him.
Yeah, I respect it, bro. Like if you ain't here, you can't really say you the knowledge dropper. You can't say it.
You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Best availability is what?
Availability, brother.
First of all, bro, he just said a joke.
He said his best ability.
Best availability is the only availability.
The shit was just so perfect, bro. I couldn't.
Bro, that's start the show like that, bro.
Oh my goodness.
I don't. That,
Best availability is availability, bro.
what did Montel be saying all the time?
The best ability is
Availability.
availability.
Yeah, but look, man, it's Ryan on the show, man. Nick, how you feeling, bro? I understand that you wanted to make your presence known early, you know, before we even got done with the intro. But how you feeling, man?
You know me, man. I'm feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Got some good news today. You know what I'm saying? For a new opportunity.
News, buddy.
It's just what you told me earlier. For real, I can. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. We gonna keep that in the wraps, man. I just want to
Yeah, we gonna keep that out
I want to make sure you do it, bro. Get your portfolio out there, man. We gonna make sure you get this money, buddy. You feel
Yeah,
me?
man. You already know. Then my boy Ryan, we kicking him out in 2 weeks. So you know what I'm saying? That was good news right there. So it's all good, man. Yeah, man. Ryan gone.
What I'm trying to figure out is you the newcomer. If anybody getting kicked out, it's you. Newcomer. All 30.
It wasn't no show before me, bro.
And Montel.
Nah, it wasn't no show before me. Y'all was just out here practicing.
You the guest.
Ahead of
Nah,
me.
you are the guest, Nick. I hate to break it to you. Even though you got your name on the hog style about us, it's really not about you.
Well, guess what?
What, Nick?
What guest?
Nah, you ain't say it fast enough, so I'm gonna just wait and save it for the next time.
Alright. Cool.
Other than
Stop talking. We don't care.
The whole time, bro, my man Ryan ain't been on since he went to the King's Tower cruise line. You gonna tell us about your trip, cuz?
Actually, I've done a show since I've been back. By the way, Nick. So I have. So that's already documented on another show. But I did enjoy my time away out the country. So you know.
This man said the King's Tower, bro, like we in '98.
But I do want to go ahead and extend an apology to Montel. I messed up his line. But stop talking, my boy. My bad. I couldn't make you proud.
Hey, don't worry about it, man. He probably not gonna listen to this knowing that what happened to him earlier today. You feel me? Well, like a couple hours ago.
What happened?
Nick, did you see the game?
Yeah.
It was.
I seen some of the game. I know why Montel not here. Cause he took a train ticket across the country.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, LA right now. So the time he probably called and said like 4 hours. Like I'm ready to do the show.
He on the transfer.
Who put him on that train like that?
Measly Beasley.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was bad, bro. He was throwing picks left and right to the defenders. You know.
Yeah, he was on his AK stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, AK. He see the user players just throw it right to him. So it's all cool though.
It was like Christmas, bro. It was like Christmas, man. You should have seen it. He was handing them out.
Kirk Coleman, Kirk Cousins, actually. You know what I'm saying?
All right, yeah, we moving on after that one. But look, let's go ahead and get right into it, man. We was rapping for a good minute about nothing just now. But
Nothing.
yeah, but look, Nick, your boy Zeke, he officially appealed the 6 game suspension earlier today. We're recording on a
Correcto.
Tuesday night, by the way,
Correcto.
but he appealed the suspension, 6 game suspension. But we didn't talk about what was going on, your overall thoughts. You are a Dallas fan, unfortunately, but you are on the show, so we have to talk to you. Break it down. How do you feel about what's going on with Zeke right now, overall, and do you think that there is some foul play in terms of the accused? I mean, no, the accuser. Excuse me. Do you think there's some foul play on her side?
I think it's first of all, I want to let you know now, my boy not serving 6 games. That's out of question. I'm gonna go talk to Roger Goodell in a couple of days when they go through the appeal process, and we gonna look over everything together. And that's gonna be going a half minimum. That's it. He probably started the first half of week 1. That's it.
He gonna add the 7th game after you leave his office.
Right, exactly. Come
You
on, G.
thought?
Half a game, son.
Yeah, man, because it's a bunch of baloney, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I done read over all the facts, seen it all. Roger Goodell hasn't met with Zeke nor the girl. He left up to 4 random
Yeah, they
people.
made sure that he took. They said they made sure that he didn't play a role in the investigation.
Why wouldn't he play a role if he making the decision?
Nah, he didn't make the decision. It didn't come down to him, and that's
Yeah, it
why.
did.
But hold on. All right, so who made the suspension? Roger Goodell or the people doing the investigations?
Roger Goodell came with the suspension.
He came up with
Are
the.
you sure? Because I got an alert that said the decision didn't come down to Roger Goodell.
That's
He
what I'm
didn't have
saying. I
anything.
know. I was like, am I tripping? What are you talking about?
Lies, bro. That's all lies. Because look, he had 4 people have a committee, and they presented the case to him without, and they just whatever
Okay.
he said, and then they made a decision off of that.
Well, maybe. I mean, I don't know, but I don't. I've never really heard of a player being suspended without the commissioner necessarily handing it down. But I definitely saw something that said Roger Goodell was not a part of suspending Zeke for 6 games. Kind of confusing, but I know what I'm all talking about.
All right,
Yeah.
so yeah, I'm about to say I know I'm making somewhat sense because that's what I heard too, Ryan. But I mean, essentially, I think in terms of that whole situation, it's kind of important, to be on the safe side, even though it may seem fucked up. Like, for example, Lucky Whitehead, who got cut from the Cowboys when like basically over an issue that he wasn't really involved in. He was cut at following some issue at a Wawa or a gas station, whatever it was. I think it was Wawa. But the point is, like, I think this situation is tricky because when you're dealing with domestic violence, you don't have videos, you don't really have pictures of the victim. Um, I think you don't have pictures of the victim. I don't think you do.
There's no pictures.
Yeah, so you don't have none of that. But in the past, you had all these issues where, um, you took your player side. It's kind of like a tricky situation that Zeke is in because he's the first person to really, you know, fall on the sword with this one. Like it's kind of tough for him to be in. And I mean, I understand it may not be fair, but at the same time, like, what do you want the NFL to do? Like,
I want
Question.
them to reduce the suspension. That's
I
what I
just got a
need.
question. As far
Yeah.
as the case, the case is over. Am I correct? As far as the case between him and this girl, is it over?
They're
uh,
so the police you talking about with the police like that whole
I mean,
situation?
with the whole situation of the girl saying that Zeke did such and such to her.
I mean, it's over. I mean, the police in
So he was
Ohio and
he
Texas, I
and he
mean,
was
and Ohio and Miami both said that girl's character was too much of it was too like faulty to
so
even like make to even be like, oh, we should try to put press charges. Like nothing added up, and then her friend that she tried to get to co-sign wasn't trying to co-sign, so it was just like everything wasn't no evidence led to anything happen. So then nobody pressed charges because there no evidence was there to press charges. But the NFL feel like they above the law, which is crazy, and they just dropped the hammer on my boy. It don't make no
but
sense.
see, from what I'm understanding from, and this was like a direct reference from Tony Kornheiser or maybe Michael Wilbon. Either way, it was on part of an interruption where we're talking about Zeke Elliott out of like one instance, but a lot of people don't realize like the situation between him and the accuser. It was like five separate incidents, and I personally wasn't even aware of that. But if it's five separate incidents between the two, that's also something that like people gotta understand as well. Like, do we really do you? How many incidents was you aware of? Well, both of y'all, Ryan and Nick. How many incidents were y'all aware of?
Well, I was aware it was three incidents according to it was three incidents with the girl, and then the other two were
Three
the
incidents with the girl that was actually documented as far as like legal matter. Like when you say
yeah.
three incidents,
So apparently 3 days in a row he beat her, apparently, and that's when they were. She was like putting in the text apparently like, "Hey, I can ruin your career because I'm white and you're black and stuff like that." But I know the other two before the five. I mean, with the five was the one when he walked in the weed store in Colorado. And then the other and the last one was when he pulled the girl's
top
Oh,
up.
oh, oh, oh. Okay.
yeah, she pulled that out. So those were also under there as well. Um so I mean, well we know he pulled those out. We know he did that. And I don't see nothing wrong with him walking into the store. I mean you're a young dude, you there, when in Rome, at least do what Romans do. Like when are you ever gonna be in that atmosphere? It's not like it's legal in other places in Texas. So it's like, I mean, if you there, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I can see if he was in there smoking it up, going down, but
So,
he was just walked in the store,
so
bro.
let me ask y'all, man. Do y'all understand like the safe side that the NFL is taking in this situation? Like, I understand now. First and foremost, I'm not saying anybody should be guilty until proven innocent. That's just the way that this country has started taking
About to
things
say
now.
that's just
That's just
how
the
it
way it's
works.
yeah. That's just the way it's been doing. Like it's been going for a long time now.
I thought I
People's
was
been
innocent until
guilty.
proven guilty.
It's the
Exactly.
same thing. That's what he's saying.
Exactly. But the thing is, like, people are a lot of people are presuming people to be guilty until they see evidence to prove that somebody's innocent. And I
Correct.
think that's the road that the NFL has been taking like now. But they used to protect their players all the time. Ray Rice had a 2 game suspension before that video came out.
It's
He had a
crazy.
2 game suspension before that video came out. Now,
Correct.
my question is just simply, do you guys think that? I mean, do you guys have a problem with that? Because I understand they're trying to protect their ass and they don't want any incidents like that to happen again. Do you understand? Do y'all agree with the way they're going about it, or is there an issue with it?
I
Not at
don't,
all.
I don't, I don't, I don't agree with it because this is my thing. If it's like I'm not gonna say you weak minded because I feel like you kind of are when you let other people determine what you do. But like, I just feel like Roger Goodell's not fit for this position. Like he's not fit to make big decisions like this. Even though it's just one incident. But I feel like he's shown over this time like he's just not fit to be. He just has terrible judgment, bro. He only in it. I feel like the only reason he still has his job is because he's making the owner so much money. That's it.
I don't agree. Like to answer your question as well, Mo. I don't agree with it at all because how I feel about it is what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. My thing, and I don't think you should use other people's um, cases. Like you brought up the Ray Rice case. I only got suspended 2 games, and then ended up. I think they suspended him for the year. I'm not sure exactly what happened after the 2 games
I
after they
forget.
changed it. So I feel like if it's the case where they feel like because this happened in the past, you got to do something to put your stamp on it to show people that I'm not gonna have it this certain type of way. But at the end of the day, like I said, what's right is right. So if Ezekiel is really innocent of the things that they're accusing him of, regardless of how it may look, regardless of the perception, if he didn't do it, didn't do it, and regardless if his cases are getting dismissed, like you have no argument. Like it's 6 games is ridiculous. Like I don't. I hate Dallas. I don't like Dallas at all. But I mean, I do like Ezekiel Elliott. But you know, for for them to suspend him for 6 games, I felt like it's ridiculous. Like
Well,
I
see, it
love,
may get reduced, but at the same time, like I think the standard now for domestic violence, like convictions or whatever, something like that,
I
is six
agree, but
games in the
if
NFL.
he was
So it may
if
get
he's
reduced.
convicted of domestic violence or whatever, like then that's different. You understand what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
if you're getting convicted in a legal matter, in the court system, and you get convicted, that's something different. I understand. Do whatever you got to do. But if he's being dismissed of all these charges and you wanna suspend him for these games based upon what you think, that's crazy. That's like getting fired from your job. Like you go to your regular 9 to 5 job, 8 to 5 job. They suspend you for 2 weeks for something that you're innocent of. Like it's crazy.
I understand. The issues that I have with this mainly is because, uh, and I see it from both sides, but the issue that I have with this mainly is simply because all of this right now is hearsay.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's
Perception.
mainly, yeah, and its perception is mainly going off, what the girl has said. But if you don't have, you know, any type of evidence, you don't have any type of evidence from her, you know, like really proving that and it's so tricky because you don't want to come off as a person who's like, man, I don't believe none of that shit until a girl proves it. I'm not here to go down that route. I'm not. But when it comes to certain situations, when it comes to like careers on the line, when it comes to you know and Zeke is a celebrity, so when it comes to a person like this, when it comes to his perception in the public, like a lot of people don't pay attention to, they don't really care about the details of the situation. They'll read a headline. A lot of people who are not really informed, they'll just read the headline and be like, "Oh, this fool beats women," but they don't really know the ins and outs of the situation. Like, there's really nothing. It's kind of it's just hard. It's just a hard situation, and the fact that they went off what happened, like what she said, but there's really no substantial evidence. Is pretty damning. I do see a suspension coming though. Honestly, I just don't know how many games. I think he can win the appeal, but I don't think it's going to get dropped down less than two, if anything.
Also, another thing that I thought that possibly could have happened, when Jerry Jones spoke out and was like, "We expect him to play week one." I think he took like, I'm not gonna say. I think he kind of like took a shot at their. I don't want to say manhood, but he took a shot at their. He took a shot at them. Period. I feel like he was like, "Oh, I think he's just gonna get all sweet and sour." So they was like, I think they probably took it a certain way, and that's why they gave him the 6 games because like I don't know. I feel like that had to do something with it as well. But at the same time, regardless, he shouldn't have 6 games. But I also think they also did 6 games because you can't appeal 2 games and then be like, "What you gonna do now? No suspension at all." But if you appeal 6 games, you bring it back to two.
No, that's not true. That's not the case because I mean I've seen people appeal 2 game suspension and get one.
I think Le'Veon had that,
Yeah,
unless he had 3 game suspension and brought it down to
Probably
two. I can't
Tom
remember, something
Brady.
like that.
That's who had it. Tom Brady.
my Tom served his
Full
full
time
four
served his full.
games.
Yeah, he lost.
Yeah, so I mean, you
Tom
know,
Brady.
I feel like they definitely. I
Nick,
mean,
what you say?
Nothing, bro. Come
Nah, say
on.
say it
speak
again,
your
bro.
mind. That's all 32, cuz.
You said Tom who?
Tom Gady. That's who I said.
Wow.
So disrespectful, man. Talking about you
And
the show.
Tom cool, bro. Tom
I
cool.
don't say Tom cool after that. Nobody want to hear that.
Tom cool. He
He just what?
just great, bro. Great.
Man, you sound like somebody.
Engaged. That's what he is. My man,
I
Hey,
want
40
look,
years
hey,
old out here
those
I
are
still
just want to.
listening.
balling.
Hey, I
He's
want
not
to.
a homophobe. I
Thank
just
you.
want everybody to know Nick is not a homophobe. Can't just
Look,
be
I'm gonna
running
just
around.
no. Look, I'm
Can't
gonna,
be
I'm gonna
throwing
let
around
his
the K
comment
word
stand on
anymore.
his own. Myself, and I, Jamal Forrest, do not stand by his comments whatsoever, and neither
Neither
does
do I.
Ryan Reed. Nicholas Snead is on his own. If you have issues with him, you can hit him up on Twitter and call him out. You feel me?
Definitely.
We'll go from there.
Y'all can hit
But
me up, man. When I'm having downtime at work, I talk to y'all. Some of y'all.
They finna have words with you, boy.
But nah, Tom Brady's he's still the greatest one to ever do it, bro. What he
Next
can.
topic, Mom. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
No,
we moving
bro.
on.
This
So
we
with
all get out of
Zeke
hand.
being gone at least at minimum 2 games because we're going to expect him to be gone for 2 games. Does the expectations for Dallas change for you, Nick? Are
Nope.
you going to be Jesus Christ? Okay. Um. So
Look,
your
this.
expectations
I'm
don't.
gonna tell you why,
What was
Mom.
your record prediction?
I'm gonna tell
And
you
is
why.
before the Zeke suspension and has it changed at all?
I said at minimum 9-7. At best 12-4.
This was before the suspension.
Yep.
All right, and none of that's changed.
Nope. Cause
see.
my thing is we got two backs. We got 1.5. Alfred has
You talking about
declined,
that half is Alfred Morris, right?
of course.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Then we got Run DMC, who has proven he can run behind that line. So I feel like if they can't hold it down for 2 games, bro, they need to get cut
Nick, you
immediately.
don't even know if what it's going to be cut down to, so you can't just say 2 games, bro.
All right. Well, I feel like regardless, they should be able to hold it down however long he out, bro. 6 games, they should be able to hold it down. And
You're
then by the
six
time
six games, Nick.
Darren McFadden had 1,000 yards,
Who
bro.
and y'all was 8-8.
We was
No, they were 4-12.
actually 4-12.
Was he?
Yeah, 4-12.
Yeah,
They were
Yeah.
that bad.
and he was shining.
He wasn't shining. Stop. He
He
just had a
was.
thousand yards because the old line was great. Y'all still
He
didn't
had
do
a
good.
thousand yard. He had 1,000 yards in like 13 games.
Do you think it's? I mean, you talking about the running game, but do you think it's bigger for Dak Prescott? Like this type of situation, do you think it'll have an effect on his play because Zeke made his job a lot easier?
Dak's still gonna do his thing, bro. What
You know
y'all
what?
don't know is,
I'm
bro.
talking to a Dallas fan. Jesus Christ.
Dak, I don't know why y'all keep doubting Dak, bro.
I just asked a question.
I don't think it'll have too much of a hit on this game. It might show up a little bit the first game, but I doubt it, man. I feel like our offense should be still good for a couple games without Zeke. I feel like if Darren Fenton, Ronnie Hillman, and Alpha Morris can't hold it down, bro, all of them need to be cut when Zeke come back. Every last one of
And
them.
y'all just gonna have one running back.
We gonna bring in 2 more.
All right, man. You got a lot of confidence in these guys.
He got too much confidence, Nick. Like I
Like
don't
you,
understand. Like
Darren
Zeke is
McFadden, like 31, right?
gotta be. I feel like he
31.
played for Arkansas 25 years ago.
He just blew me, bro.
You said
Yeah,
31, Nick.
he a little old. He a little older. He's a little
Okay.
older.
Okay. So
Bruh,
he.
look, this how I see it, bruh. If Darren McFadden if he can get 45, Alfred get 35, we solid, bruh. I don't need them both getting 100 a game. I just need them to collectively get 80 to 100 yards a game. Collectively. As a running back group, they got to get that. That's all I ask. If they can't do that behind the line or like they just need to be cut, bro. They got to get cut. Is that too much to ask from a two-back system, 80 yards?
Look, man. Let
You
me tell you.
ready?
Yeah,
Next up.
let's move on, bro.
Y'all
So,
something else, bro. You're not going to answer my question because both of
hey,
them together got to get
let
80
me
yards.
let me ask y'all this, man. Did y'all make anything of these trades Buffalo did, man, with Philly and Los Angeles? Did y'all make any news of that?
Me personally, I think Philly gave up too much. I definitely think they got a good corner out of Ronald Darby. I think he's decent. I wouldn't say he's like no strap down type of guy, but he's fast and can keep up with the speedy receivers in the league. But it definitely is better than what they had out there on the outsides. And but giving up Jordan Matthews, who's quiet as he's kept, been one of the more productive receivers since he's come in the league. I think he has almost about over. I don't know. His numbers are better than Sammy Watkins in comparison to when they both came in the league at the same time. Granted, Sammy
For
Watkins has
real?
been in, yeah, more yards and TDs than
I'm
Sammy
about to say,
Watkins.
I thought did Sammy ever get 1,000-yard season?
Yeah, Sammy had 1,000 yard season.
Okay,
His
I
rookie
know.
year. His
Okay, I'm
rookie
about
year.
to say because Jordan fell short. I know he never topped 1,000, but he probably just more consistent because he played more.
Ooh,
Yeah. So yeah, Jordan got him in touchdowns and
Jordan
yards.
Matthews, didn't he just have a stack last year?
Nah, he
I
didn't.
think he might have had a stack like a
All right,
thousand
let me look.
kill,
Let me look. Y'all might be
possible.
right.
Hey, before
But
he gets crazy, I think
um
he the only guy they got. Oh man,
so anyways, like I was saying, I think they gave up too much to Buffalo.
I heard
The
you.
reason why I say they gave up too much is because that third round pick that they threw in there, I feel like that kind of hurt a little bit because you get a lot of value out of a third round pick, and it just got Ronald Darby, a guy who was not even like a Pro Bowler. But I think I still think Darby, like I said, I think he's a good player. I think he'll definitely upgrade to their cornerback
mm.
to the cornerback room. Other than that, I feel like the Bills got a good receiver. I mean, they don't have to pay Sammy Watkins next year, even though I think Jordan Matthews is going to come up with a contract here. Am I correct?
Yeah,
He is in his fourth year, and he had 800. He had 800 last
yeah.
year.
I'm about to say
Oh, okay. So he's never had a 1,000 yard season.
Never. He fell short by 3 yards in 2015, but that was it.
Okay.
But nah, yeah, Jordan in his fourth year, and I think Sammy's in the same fourth year too. So,
Well, yeah, like I
um,
said, Sammy, injury bug bit him a little bit. He's had bad feet problems, but
yeah, that's just wild.
yeah, I know. Um, but yeah, that's all I got.
Nick, what about you, man? You had anything with these trades, bruh? Now you and Thomas was going at it over who had the better secondary out of the worst two. Like you guys, I really don't understand what y'all was trying to prove, bruh. But um, what did you think about the move for Darby to Philly? And
I think
go ahead.
I think the Eagles took a step back on offense, and I think their defense got point 0.3 better.
Wow,
Only
point
reason I
three.
say this because one, even I heard Robinson was getting murdered out there. I will say that, and Darby is a huge upgrade to him, but Patrick Robinson is probably one of the worst corners in the game. So still, is he still? I think he in the slot now. That's terrible because some of the best receivers do are lined up in the slot,
They
and
still
he
picked up
going
Sidney Jones though from the draft. I be forgetting that shit too.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
and
is he playing this
Sidney
year
Jones
though? Is
not
he
playing
gonna
till
play?
next year.
He on the pup or something like that. He should be good by like October or something. I thought.
Jamal, I have an Eagles fan in the house.
All right, well ask oh yeah you do got Jimmy, but ask Tom,
You know what
you
he
know what
told
Tom?
me?
Hold on, bro. What would he tell you?
He not playing till next year. It's a wrap for the boy.
Nah,
I
I heard when he came in. I'm not sure if it's changed or not, but I was told that he can come in the back half of the season and play.
Yeah, back half. I don't know why I
That's what
said
they
October.
said. But I don't. He also said Jay Smith's gonna coming back at the same time. He ain't do it. But I think the Eagles. I think they want to bring him in slowly because I mean, say they're not competing at the end of the season. Like, ain't no point of bringing him back if he's liable to get hurt again for some meaningless games. Um. So I mean, it's up. I don't care who they put out there. We still gonna do our thing. Uh. But I think Nelson Aguilar is not the answer in the slot. And now they have three bigger receivers that could possibly start with Hollins, who had one catch that now they think he great. Alshon, who is most likely to get hurt again, and Torrey Smith, who we all know ain't good.
Bro, you
So
be blowing me.
I do feel like if Alshon goes out, they done. Like their running game, not LeGrand, not he not that good to be like, oh, we can lean on him to carry the load. So I feel like they took a huge step back because once Alshon go down, who they gonna throw the ball to? Everybody else, brick squad,
Torrey Smith.
brick squad.
He not brick
Nelson,
squad, bro.
Nelson
You
Aguilar,
disrespecting that man.
Nelson Aguilar might be the head of brick squad. Like,
Yeah, Nelson got them issues, bro. But I mean, look, man, you got to stop doing that to Torrey. You got to stop.
I mean,
He ain't no number one though for sure. But I mean, at the same time, they still got Zach Ertz and
Trey Burton.
yeah, Burton.
Felix,
That's the other guy I was thinking of. So
if
I'm and they still got Darren Sproles, bro.
Darren
I
Sproles.
mean,
How
look,
old is Darren Sproles,
I'm about to say
bro?
that. You were gonna talk about his age, but even
50?
last year,
Sproles still do it though.
about to say at 31, he was still putting in work. So I can't knock him. I
Sproles
can't knock him
still
yet.
Sproles still a mismatch. Say whatever you want. You put Sproles out there versus a linebacker, he gonna win every time.
Annoying as shit, bruh. That's the only 5'8" dude I really fuck with.
He
You
not
talking
even
about some?
5'8", bro. He gotta be like 5'6".
He gotta be the smartest football player to ever play the game.
Ever, bro. He the Muggsy Bogues of the NFL, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you probably right. 5'7", 5'6", something like that. I
He
mean
might
he's
5'6" and a
nah. They
quarter,
still
bro.
got Humphrey. You know it was crazy because Humphrey like 5'7", five
Just
six.
know I'm glad you said his name, bro. Guess what he did week 1 preseason?
What fumble?
3 fumbles.
He had 3 fumbles.
3.
That's wild.
Man, I tell you, he had 2 fumbles and he fumbled. He fumbled. He muffed the punt or a kick, one of them.
So he
But
lost
that's
two.
3 fumbles regardless.
So he lost two. Okay, I'm gonna just assume he lost two. But but
Nah, when you said it, it was muffled. So I thought you was gonna keep asking me, but
I was just asking, did he lose two?
I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. Well, I think Ryan just lagged out, but we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up with this last don't because we have been bullshitting a lot tonight for whatever reason. But has did any of the rookie QBs impress you, Nick,
I think
over the weekend?
my bad to cut you off. I think all all the top 4 guys I was looking at did. Mitchell surprised me the most. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he
Mitch,
did.
Mitchell looked good, man. I think the Bears.
Stop, stop, stop. See, this is why I said impressions because I didn't want none of us to get ahead of ourselves, bruh. Don't say it unless you mean it, man.
I think the Bears might have got it right, bro. I think they gave up a lot, but he's solid, bro. He's solid. Patrick Mahomes looked good. Even though he was going against a lot of the
That boy
like
Kaiser was looking good too.
Deshaun Kaiser looked good. Deshaun
That
Watson
boy
looked
got a
good.
cannon, son. No, I mean Watson. I think the thing with Watson, it's not necessarily the fact that he's looking good as a passer, but it's like you could see like he got that gamer in him. He a gamer, bro. He just knows how to move the ball down the field and make plays. But he ain't the type of guy who, at least right now, he ain't the type of guy who's gonna win you that shit on his arm. Like he's a dual threat, a true dual threat.
Look, man, I'm gonna tell you this. They said the same thing about Dak Prescott. That's all I'm gonna say.
What? Dak is a dual threat.
Dak is a baller. That's what he is. Baller.
So we gonna ignore the fact that you basically just acknowledge that he's a dual threat.
I don't think Dak.
Like
He's
when you describe, all right. So how about this then? When you describe, now, please let me finish the comparison before you think it's getting all wild. But when you describe, for example, Tom Brady or Big Ben, when you describe them as a player, what do you describe them as? Like as the type of quarterback they are, what do you describe them as?
I describe Tom Brady as great, and I describe Big Ben as big. It's like nah. I mean,
Hey, nah, that double chin be sticking out there like a motherfucker, bro.
double chin. He got the extra large rib cage. Like that's a
Yeah,
big
so,
dude, bruh.
shit, wow, man.
But
But but no, I mean my point was just the fact that you described them as passers first. Um, like that's what you described these guys. I would have said Aaron Rodgers, but he is a dual threat too. Um,
Dak last year was pass first.
he looked to pass for sure, but he did use his legs. And
Tom Brady used his legs too. It might not get him too
come on, son.
far, but he get the 3 and he
Dak,
slide.
Dak, double M. Um, Aaron Rodgers. These are true dual threats, man. And I think
I
Deshaun
wouldn't.
Watson.
Mariota is a dual threat. I would say that, but I feel like Dak he doesn't always run, bro. Like in college, I would
I
say I would
agree.
in college I would say he's a dual threat. I would say Dak is a good passer that's still athletic enough. If he needs to, he can make a play if he wants to.
So I mean, you just going. I mean, you can say that, but at the same time, they still run read option in Dallas. they got the
Maybe
run. They
we
got the
ran it
run
a
pass
couple times
options, the
to
read
catch y'all off
options.
guard. Who? I'm trying to think of a non-dual threat guy that runs read out. Jameis Winston. They run read out with him.
I don't. I don't believe that. I mean, I can't confirm it, but I don't
I
believe that
can
either.
I can guarantee you they ran 3 plays read outs from James Winston last year.
I know.
Do you
I
think
know
Derek
Andrew
Carr's a dual
Luck. I
threat
know Andrew
quarterback?
Luck does a. I know he's a dual threat. I mean, he runs the read options. Is what I meant to say. Do you said? Do I think Derek Carr's a dual threat?
Mm-hmm.
Um, he runs it, but he runs it like what I mean by out of necessity is that like once a play's broken down, he'll run
That
for
sound
it.
you know who that sounds like?
Dak Prescott. I know you're
Dak
gonna say that.
Prescott. Thank you very much.
I mean, but I mean, all right. So that's still okay. I understand what you're saying,
I'm
but
sorry, you guys.
I
Where we
think
at?
there's still more designed runs for Dak than there is for Derek. But now we're talking about the rookie QB impressions, man, and Deshaun Watson. I was trying to tell him that Deshaun. I felt he impressed over the weekend, but he wasn't necessarily uh, impressive as a thrower. He was more so impressive in how he stood out as a player. Like he's a gamer. And I mentioned Dak Prescott, and Nick had to defend his boy, talking about he ain't just a dual threat guy. He a pass first player.
Not a
So
dual threat guy. Hey,
One, I would like to say I don't think Watson is a good a passer as that Prescott. Another thing I like to say is that if the Texans want to see um, Watson, really produce like he can, they're gonna have to tailor the offense to his strengths because I don't really think he's a good passer. I think he's an okay passer. Um, I definitely think when he misses badly. Uh, like watching the preseason game, he had a guy. I believe he was running the seam route from the inside slot, and he missed him terribly. Easy throw. I don't know how he misses it, but I definitely think Watson is a what you call a winner based upon what he's done in Clemson. He had a great career at Clemson, won a championship
mm-hmm.
there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but me personally, I'm not really too high on Watson. I think he's okay. I think if he uses his legs, he'll be a lot better. Going along with the other rookie quarterbacks, what I will say is I like Mitch Trubisky. I'm not sure if y'all talked about him yet while I was gone, but I like Mitch. He
yeah,
started off,
sparingly.
yeah. I started. He started off. I think it was like 9 for 9, and
Mm-hmm.
finished the game with a touchdown pass. I mean, granted, along with Watson, Trubisky did come in versus backups. I think the second and third strings, really the third and fourth strings, because they
Yeah.
played to the fourth quarter. Um, I would like to see what those guys look like versus the first string. Hopefully, they get their chances to start in these upcoming preseason games. I saw a little bit of Mahomes too. I watched his game. He was like really short passes. Think I don't really see too many. I maybe saw one pass over 10 yards by him. It was completed, but
Yeah, the first play he got in, he chugged that motherfucker deep for like 30 yards, and it was completed, but it was a
Called it
hold on the
back.
left tackle, yeah,
oh, I
something like
didn't
that.
see
So
that. Okay, yeah, I didn't. I definitely didn't see that. But I mean, I saw. I must have came in late watching the game, but what I saw a lot of short completions. I didn't really see that long, which I talk about. I got called back, but I like Mahomes. I mean, he's another quarterback I like to see start. The preseason, get a start on his belt, get a look at that first team defense. But if the job pick as far as who Josh say going to have the most upside out of the rookie quarterbacks, or what
Not
Josh?
yet.
nah, we didn't say anything like
But
that, but
also though, when to what Ryan just said, just to piggyback, that's Andy Reid's system though. Andy Reid not no
No, no, no. I, you know,
ultimate
I,
type of guy.
but Andy, you know, Andy throw the ball though.
I about to say it's preseason too. He not gonna limit him. He not gonna limit him in terms of preseason. Like he not gonna tell him just throw this Jones short, or he not gonna design plays where it's designed for the short passing game. He's gonna let you pick your probably on one side of the field, but you're gonna pick your short to intermediate to long pass, whatever, and make that decision. But um, especially in preseason. Like it's not a game plan. You're just
Right,
throwing the ball.
right, right, right.
But nah, I didn't pick anybody. But I did like I was just telling Nick like the person that I was impressed the most by was Deshaun Kaiser. Um, and
Oh
it's crazy
yeah,
because I didn't think he was gonna immediately impress anybody. Um, but when people was telling me when he was coming out of college that his game was gonna translate to the pros with ease, like you seen that shit game one, like of the
definitely.
preseason. You seen that shit, and I think he was the one who was most impressive. Even though Trubisky was I guess he was surprising because I didn't expect him to go 9 for 9 and look as good as he did
Me
to start
neither.
that game. But I mean, for me, I just think that Kaiser was the most impressive out of the entire group.
I don't know if I was talking to Nick or if I was talking to my brother, but I was definitely telling him how much I like Deshaun Kaiser coming out of the draft. I like him better than all the quarterbacks coming out. I think he handled himself really good. Like one throw in particular, I watched him. Even though one thing I won't like, he kind of stared the receiver down. It was like his long throw down the field. He like
Okay.
pumped the safety bit, and he like threw a deep bomb. Should have been a touchdown, but the guy he think it like fell out the one. But like it was impressive though.
The one
For
that it was like in the fourth quarter. It was
yeah,
for
yeah,
like the
yeah.
game
Yeah,
winning
he had two
drive.
of them jumps.
Oh well, yeah, he had a couple of them, but I know the one in particular I'm talking about. I'm not sure which one it was, but he like rolled to the left a little bit and pumped the safety, came down. It was like a double move for the receiver.
Oh yeah, nah, he scored on that jump. It was that was a touchdown to put him up 20-13
Oh,
or
I
some
didn't know
shit
if he
like that.
scored. I thought he was like
Yeah.
down at the
Yeah.
one.
Nah, he scored on that jump. So
Okay.
he got in that. He got in the jump. So nah, it was definitely that shit was a good throw. It was like a out and up. The
Yeah,
receiver
definitely.
ran
Yeah,
that
that's what
jump.
it was.
Nick, you got anybody that impressed you, man, or was it Trubisky?
Mitch, man. I'm not gonna say I had low expectations for Mitch,
I
but
did.
I didn't think he was gonna be
You know what I did too. I
not
think I
none of
had low
that, bro.
expectations. I
I
didn't see none of that
did. I
shit
mean, he
coming.
definitely came out there. And he looked good. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they didn't ask too much of him. He read the field pretty good too. Like hitting. He read the zone. I mean, he shocked me. Don't get me wrong. I
Huge
was
legs,
watching the
bro.
game.
I mean, he got Victor Cruz fucked up on one play. I'm looking at the game.
Yeah, he did.
I'm looking at the game right now. This man
Yeah,
Victor's
he
going
did.
through it.
Just know Victor was on the ground for a little bit.
Yeah, he was, bro. But I mean, it is what it is, man. Well, I guess we're gonna see how to translate. I was trying to hold Nick, and Nick did reserve his comments, but I was just trying to tell him like I asked for impressions because we don't want to go too far on a week one preseason. It's nothing too concerning or nothing too pressing where you want to jump the gun too quick. We always got to see what they look like in weeks 2 and 3, and I'm pretty sure some of them are gonna get some burn in week 4. But I mean, it is what it is. But before we end this, Ryan, since you back, it's time for the Titan report, man.
Yes,
How them?
yes.
I mean, it was a score of 7-3, but not much action in the scoring. But I'm pretty sure it was some people that stood out to you.
Very disappointing. I will tell you, I was very disappointed. I was disappointed in Logan Ryan. He allowed a bum receiver by the name of I don't even know the guy's first name. This guy's the
What's his
Jets' number
last
one
name?
receiver coming into the league. Something Anderson. I don't know.
Oh,
Allowed him
Robbie
to get
Anderson.
Yeah, allowed him to get behind him on the deep ball, which allowed them to run it in at the goal. I think the guy got to the one or something like that, and they ran it in from there. Other than that, we allowed to get 7 points. The defense, outside of that play, the defense is really good. Even the backups are pretty good. As far as who stood out for me, sixth-round draft pick by the name of Jayon Brown, a UCLA inside middle linebacker, all over the field last night. I mean, last game. I really feel like he put himself in a good position to be the alternate inside linebacker. As far as offensively, I can't really say somebody really. Taywan Taylor, third round wide receiver draft pick out of Western Kentucky. He looked good.
Okay.
Um,
That was Taiwan is this year, right?
yeah, this year, third round
Damn.
draft pick.
What's the name play? Corey.
Nah, he didn't play hamstring. He can play. He can play next
Bro,
game.
everybody getting fucked up by these
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
hamstrings,
And
man.
man.
they keep drinking this alcohol, bro. They dehydrated, man.
DeMarco had
So,
a hamstring too.
mm,
Son, Junior Gillette got a hamstring.
I think they be
Who
lying,
else?
bro. Everybody can have hamstrings, bro.
Josh Doctson got a hamstring.
Yeah.
Like all the biggest names with injury histories having these hamstring issues, bro. That's not the
Crazy.
move, man.
I just don't really what I don't really know what's the best treatment for a hamstring, but other than just rest. I mean
Yeah,
that's
I about to say that's what mainly everybody say is
and
just
then like
rest.
and then you don't want to rush it back too fast because it'll flare up again. But I'm
Listen,
hoping
that
to see him.
Deshaun Jackson was out for 6 weeks for a hamstring in
I,
2015.
And now them
Lord,
Jones real though. Them Jones
I
real.
pulled one in 12th grade, like, cause I was Ryan. I was just telling y'all
You was
before the show
walking.
started. Nah, listen. I was about to say I was telling y'all before the show about the Crohn's disease. So like before, I think in 12th grade, I didn't play because I couldn't play ball for a minute. So when I was finally feeling like healthy as shit, I got on the field in PE and played football. And I think I forgot what I did, but I ran for the football. In one instance, I don't know if I was chasing it, like chasing a guy or chasing the football in the air trying to make a catch. But all I know is, man, I pulled that motherfucker, and it was the worst pain for like for the next 2 weeks, man,
So
that I've
Mark, you
ever experienced,
telling
man.
us somebody shook you so bad on the
oh
field,
See,
my
here
god.
you go,
and you pulled up, bro.
here you go. Yeah, off that note, we gonna go ahead and move on.
Oh, actually, before we even roll out, man. Hey, Mark, you got the any insight you want to tell us about your boys, man? I seen the game. I just want to let you do the honors. Go ahead, man.
You mean just like who look good and all that type of stuff?
Well, I know that list short. Just go and tell us who look bad.
All right, man. I I had issues. I had issues with a few people. Well, first it was mainly position groups. Because the offensive line looked terrible. Like from the starters to like the third string, we couldn't create push. We couldn't drive defenders off the ball. That's the issue. There was lack of communication, either lack of communication or miscommunication. They didn't know what they were doing in terms of tackles to tight ends, or there was guards falling down over themselves, bro, tripping. The running backs didn't know who to pass protect, like who to pick up on the blitzes. Some did, and they got there late. Offensively, those are the issues. Samaje Perine, of course, fumbled and dropped the pass in consecutive plays.
Bro, I
That's
cannot believe that foolery, bro.
nah,
What's
yeah, that
wrong with
shit.
him?
It surprised me honestly because I had higher expectations for him coming in his first game, especially how he was looking at camp. I didn't expect him to fumble his first game at all. Like he did fumble once in training camp, but uh, and it's crazy because I wasn't there for that one. But from what I saw, the days that I was down there, it was really tough to even get a hand under the ball and to rip it out. But point is, like the offense just didn't look good. Need to see more, obviously, from Cousins to Pryor to get the chemistry down pack for the regular season is right around the corner. Defensively, I didn't have no issues honestly. Especially from the front group. They didn't play a lot of plays, but the front seven looked good. You gonna talk about that one little play that Terrence West had? It was just fluke. Like Ionitis jumped the gap, he got inside. Mason Foster missed the tackle, and then we had to rely on Will Blackman, a 32-year-old safety who transitioned from corner to safety 2 years ago. And he shouldn't be in that position anyway. He shouldn't be on the field. But that's
Ow,
about it, man.
bro. That's his life, bro.
I say it in a way where it's like he has a role defined for him, and I think he works best in the slot, and he proved that in 2015 when he joined us. But as a safety, it should be Sua Cravens, DJ Swearinger, DeShazer Everett, and then Will Blackman.
I think what's up with
What
Cravens
did
though,
you just
bro?
called out your safeties?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had just listened to the safeties. That's all. What was you saying, Nick?
What's up with your boy Cravens, man? I know he just had surgery on the foot. He gonna be good.
Yeah, he should be good by week one, but I'm not really concerned. I'm not really. Here's what I should say. I'm concerned because of the fact that he's transitioning from inside linebacker to safety. Even though he played safety in college level, he's never played it in the pros. And when you're missing time off injuries, same thing that happened to you last year. When you're missing time off injuries, like come on, bro. Like you hurting yourself. You hurting yourself in terms of development and growth, and that's just something that you just Like and it's not his fault, but the
What they
fact that you're
say, bro.
injury prone, yeah, I'm about to say the fact that you're injury prone is just hurting your growth. So I mean, they say he should be alright by week 1, but it's kind of dangerous because it's like he's coming back when the games count. So
I
you're
love it,
learning
man.
when the games
I feel
count, bro.
like, hey,
Yeah, I know you love it.
I feel like he can only get better, bro. If he out there, it's his. He got a high ceiling, man. He can only get better, bro. He gonna be all right.
All right, man. Well,
You
I
say
appreciate the
what
kind
you say
words.
about Dallas? Oh, I'm glad you
Oh, you
asked
want
me.
a Dallas
Oh,
report?
yeah, I got y'all. I got y'all. Don't even trip.
Sorry, hey, we about to go ahead and end the show. You feel me? It's like, nah, go ahead, man. I got you. I'll let you get your little words in.
I
All
will tell
right,
you
bro.
this though. Surprisingly, Taco look good. I will tell you that.
Oh yeah, he got that sack Saturday.
Not even just a
Yep.
sack though. Like he was getting pressure. He's pushing the pocket. He looked pretty good against the run. You know, he's doing his thing.
You know what I'm
Okay, nigga,
saying?
did you watch Taco?
I did watch Taco, man. Just like my boy Ryan said, he was solid. He's cool. He got his first sack, which I was actually happy about. The tackle, I mean, he ain't do no move or nothing, but he did push him back. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? He still got a lot to learn. So I feel like him going against Tyron and Loud every day is making him better. I told y'all he gonna play against some scrubs, and he gonna be like this. Finna be a breeze. So other than that, though, 2 words: Rico gathers. Slim might be a problem. Tell you why. He a little fast for his size. His hands surprisingly are better than I thought they was gonna be. And my boy 2 for 2, bruh. 2 weeks, 2 touchdowns. Hey, he
He
finna
got
be a
some a
pro,
little
bro.
more though.
What'd you
I like
say?
Rico, but he got some of them. I feel like I feel like maybe with more reps, more time with the ones, he'll probably work his way in. But I mean, I feel like he a little something about him sometimes made me feel like he gonna be like a basic tight end. But hopefully, I'm wrong.
Yeah, hopefully you is wrong, man. Hopefully.
I mean, hopefully you're right. But I think the thing is when it comes to Rico, and I understand what Ryan is saying because it's like when it comes to Rico, you see it like you don't understand like how fast he's moving for his size until you like realize the separation he gets sometimes or like the way he moves in the secondary before the ball stomp. But Rico looks like a guy who's like 6'9" and runs a 5'5". But he's just faster than that, bro. And it's just surprising the way he moves on the field, like without the ball in his hands. So I mean, he looks like he doesn't look like anything special. He's just a big target. But I mean, he's making plays, bro, and that's just something that you can't. I mean, you can't knock it. And it's crazy because Money Mitch was out here a couple weeks ago, or like I think the last show. He was telling us that's the guy that we need to look out for.
He did, man. He
Rico
did.
Gathers, and so do you think he's gonna be taking over Escobar or what the hell his name is? Escobar, Galvin Escobar.
Gavin
He go.
Escobar. I'm gonna tell you about Gavin Escobar.
All right, please no thesis.
I think my
Go ahead.
man had 1 catch last year. Even though it was a touchdown, it was a trick play. And he was butt naked. My man, he blocked for like all of 3 seconds, the whole 3 seconds, and just threw cuz and just happened to be wide open. Like it wasn't nothing special, and it was versus the Browns.
What was it you talking about, Nick?
Gavin Escobar. We also got to
Shit,
do
he's so bad. Ryan don't even care about the name, bro.
exactly.
That's how
We
bad
also
he
got
is.
another guy, Hannah. He always hurt,
Hannah
so
Montana.
he just blew me. He just blew me. Hannah, he cool, but he gone. He should go. So Rico, I mean Rico, if he keep doing this, if he keep progressing, I mean the boy ain't played football since 8th grade, so he keep progressing, learning the J Wit, learn how boxing people out, which he showed in the first touchdown. I think the second touchdown was like a seam, but like the boy hand surprising me more and more. There was one jump he caught over the middle, um, in between like 3 people, held on to the jump. He didn't get
Who
the
is
first
this?
down, so we gotta teach him how to get to the sticks and stay
Who is
there.
this?
Rico.
You
Nope.
talking about Rico?
My man
Rico
get like he get
Gathers.
like 4 catches a game. Check my man tape. It's out
All
there.
right, well, yeah, we're gonna see, bro. Um, I'm mad we had to end it on a Dallas note, but I mean, it is what it is, bro. That's unfortunate. Hell to the Redskins. All right, so with
Tighten
that
up.
being said, with that being
How
said,
about them
man,
Cowboys?
hell to the Redskins. So without that being said, man, we appreciate you all for listening. I understand it was a little. Hopefully, it wasn't too messy for y'all. I doubt it was, man. I know it's always entertaining, but thank you all for listening. We're going. I think we're heading back the week 3 of the preseason, whatever date those were. We're going to be back on a weekly basis, and try and get more of a consistent presence here on these airways.
Yes, Lord.
Hey, before we go, though, I got one quick question for
Yeah,
y'all. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to throw this out there. Leonard Fournette said this the
bro, you wait
big.
till we about to
Yeah,
close
yeah,
out
you
to
definitely
ask
waiting
this
for that.
question.
But I would say this about that comment. I already know what you're about to say as far as what he's saying. The league being easier than college. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, well, he's hurt right now. So after that game, we'll see how much easier can it be, Leonard. You out there and you went to your first preseason game versus the threes, and you got hurt. Congratulations, my brother.
He
This
got hurt,
finna
bro.
be a breeze.
Yeah, he hurt,
Cause
bro.
He
He
is
not
I didn't
hurt.
playing.
I didn't even know that because I was literally before we got on the show I was looking at his highlights because I didn't even get to see the Jacksonville Patriots game so
Yes,
I was looking at
bro.
his highlights and
Yes.
that boy was moving, bro.
Yeah, he was
He
moving, but versus the threes, none of the starters played for the ones for the Patriots. Zero. No starting
Yeah, you know the
linebackers.
Patriots
No
starters don't
starting
play
front
till
four.
preseason
No
4.
starting nobody. He went out there and he looked good. Don't get me wrong, but you better look good. You got your starting offensive line out there versus the backups. I
Listen,
mean, don't get me
okay.
wrong. He was running hard. He looked fast. He looked smooth, but you got hurt. How easy can it be, brother?
I said he going to get special team trials right there. Come on now.
Words of wisdom from the AFC South fan,
Come on, man.
aka
I'm always
Titans.
gonna be negative when it comes to all Jacksonville.
Negative.
Nothing
I
positive
feel you,
coming
bro.
out
Hey,
my mouth.
bro. Also, I don't know if y'all go watch this game, bro. Just know Cyrus Jones look terrible. All
He's
right,
still on the slot, ain't he?
no, he was on the outside. He got murdered.
He need to stay in the slot. That's what he need to do. They probably just doing that because they had the starters out, so they probably put him on the outside.
Uh, I looked.
But I mean, personally, before I end, I ain't really had no problem with it. I think he shouldn't have said that because I was on the I think we talked about it in the group chat. I was cool with what Ryan Anderson said, but not necessarily what Fournette said. Um, I understand like I didn't have a big issue with it, but at the same time, it's like, come on, bro, you still don't say like the game's easy. Like
What
I
did
understand
what
you
did
say practice
Anderson
is
say,
different.
bro?
He was just saying the practices were easy because of the fact that they hit so much. Like they hit every single practice at Alabama. Um, like it's no days off at Alabama as opposed to being in the pros you have days because of
Right.
the what I forgot the NFL not NFLPA but anyway
You get the rules. Like
those
you can
yeah
only
you
be in
got
pass a
rules,
certain
bro.
amount of days. You only hitting,
So
you know what I'm saying? You only thumping, you do walkthroughs, you got practices with shorts on, you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
shorts
so
and
he was just
shells,
saying the
baby. That's the
practice.
best day right there. Shorts and shells.
So he was just saying practice was easy. So that's all it was.
Yeah,
Fournette
I don't got
is
a
a
problem with
difference.
those comments. I got a problem with next comments though. Definitely.
Yeah.
Sucker.
So who the hell was this? All right. So yeah, we'll go ahead and end it off that, man. Um, again, we already said we're gonna try. We're not gonna try. We're gonna be here after week 3 of the preseason. We're gonna be here on a weekly basis. Um, be more consistent. But appreciate you all for listening. All those who listen, man. Be sure to check out the YouTube too. We putting up clips of each game every week. Um, highlights of the players that stood out. I might, if I have enough time, I'll put out some of the issues that we're having on both sides of the ball. But right now, the players that stood out. Make sure you check out the YouTube channel for the Baltimore game, the playlist. But yeah, appreciate y'all for listening. Catch y'all in a couple weeks. Peace.
Yes, yeah.